Hi, Jamie McNair here with your New Hartford Board of Education meeting summary from last night's meeting, October 27th, 2020. The meeting started right at 7:10. There were 211 participants. The meeting started off with public comments, and those public comments ran for well over an hour. The public comments centered around, for the most part, the PTA presented the results of the surveys that they sent out to families about what their requests were for a change to the hybrid plan. And overwhelmingly, it seems that the results were in favor of staying with the current 3-2 model. Mostly were around students having greater access to either in-person or live instruction. There were some parents who commented in the opposite direction, advocating for 2-2 and more planning time. We did have some teachers who also spoke in favor of granting a little bit more time. There was also some discussion about a Zoom bombing that happened at Perry Junior High. Mr. Parody spoke to that situation, indicating that all the procedures that should have been followed by the teacher were followed. The board asked some questions about how we might be able to avoid this in the future. There was some discussion about how we could have a secure login for all students who are participating in Zoom classes, more to be determined on at a future board meeting. There was discussion about a sub shortage. The sub shortage is real. It's real not only for teachers, but also for bus drivers, for support staff, for custodians. The district has indicated that they are actively recruiting substitutes for all those positions. They did talk about incentivizing retirees to come in, providing training for any retired teachers who wanted to be able to come in. They would train them on how to use Zoom. There's some discussion about changing the calendar for future board meetings. The board has decided to stay with weekly meetings through the first week in December. There were some questions from the board about the district's effort to reduce the curriculum. Tina Clark indicated that she has done work to reduce the curriculum for all grade levels by 20 to 25%, depending on the grade level. The modified pacing guide that goes along with those changes should be starting on November 2nd and running through the end of December. Tina also indicated that she'd be setting up Zoom meetings with grade levels to discuss those changes. Alan Hyde also indicated that he would be reaching out to teachers for feedback. The goal there is to reduce the amount of new material that at-home learners are introduced to and being expected to complete at the end of December. They indicated that they would be looking to tweak the plan. The Board of Education also implemented some changes to the existing calendar in an effort to grant more time to teachers to be able to collaborate and plan. This Friday, October 30th, is now a half day for elementary. Friday, November 6th and Friday, November 13th are going to be half days district-wide. For K-6, those are full remote days, and the instruction is supposed to be asynchronous. Friday the 6th and the 13th of November for secondary are full remote days, and the secondary teachers will have the ability to choose between synchronous or asynchronous instruction. Finally, there was some discussion about the committee's work on changing our hybrid plan. Beth Combs did ask Mr. Hyde if those committees were being handed options to work from, or if those committees were being allowed the latitude, free choice to come up with creative solutions for how we could address some of the issues that we're all facing. Mr. Hyde did indicate that the feedback from the committees was going to be shared back with the committees unfiltered, and that the recommendations for changes would come straight from those committees to the Staffing and Curriculum Committee on the board. The full committees, K-12 and PTA, will meet on the 29th. The Staffing and Curriculum meeting is on November 4th. And then the next regular Board of Education meeting, where they'd be able to vote on any changes recommended by the Staffing and Curriculum Committee, would happen on November 10th. So we can stay tuned for that.